why his innovation slowed
Yeah.
so much in the U.S. I mean, and when I say that, it's just trick. I don't even know how to say it because we have innovators like yourself, like Palmer Luckey, like Alexander Wang, like Elon Musk, like Grant Verstanding, Joe Lonsdale. I mean, all these guys are developing this just fascinating tech that, but I don't know how much of it's actually being implemented, and it just seems like there's so much red tape. I mean, look at our power grid. For example, it seems to be extremely fragile, very vulnerable to cyber attacks. China develops, it manufactures. I don't even know how much of our power grid, and we're still stuck on. I mean, why aren't we moving to nuclear?
Yeah.
Or then you're talking about beaming energy in from space. I mean, what is the holdup? Like, why are we not investing into our energy? I've spent years on this show pulling back the curtain and trying to reveal what's really happening in this country. And the truth is, there's a double standard here in America. You see time and time again, people defending themselves, defending their family, and then the judicial system goes after them. It's a double standard. And if you don't believe me, check out episode number 3 with Don Bradley. That is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Because it's not just about what you did, believe it or not, it's how the legal system interprets it. And that's why I'm a USCCA member. The USCCA has over 860,000 members because they know the reality is, after you stop the threat, the real fight begins. Your membership gives you the education, elite training, and self-defense liability insurance you need for the second fight, the legal one. Plus, every member also gets access to a 24/7 critical response team and attorney network in the event of a self-defense incident. Violent crime happens too often in America. This isn't about living in fear. This is about being prepared when things go sideways. You don't get to schedule danger, and with the world changing so fast, you have to do what you can to protect your family. Check out the USCCA's risk-free membership at uscca.com/SRS. That's uscca.com/SRS. Protect more than just your life. Protect your future. Go right now to uscca.com/SRS. As a parent, it's tempting to put your kids' financial needs ahead of your own, but an often overlooked act of generosity is making sure they're protected in case something truly unexpected happens. That's where Fabric by Gerber Life and a term life insurance policy for you comes in. Fabric by Gerber Life is term life insurance you can get done today, made for busy parents like you, all online and on your schedule. You could be covered in under 10 minutes with no health exam required. Fabric has flexible, high-quality policies that fit your family and your budget, like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. You've heard me talk about Fabric for a while now because I know the importance of helping to protect my family's future with life insurance. It's my top priority. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/Shawn. That's meetfabric.com/Shawn. meetfabric.com/Shawn. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions.
It's a great question, and it goes to a deeper conversation that would be fun to unpack even in our time together today. And it's rooted in human nature. But I suppose the most iconic description of why was from President Eisenhower as he was leaving office, where he said, "Beware of the military-industrial complex." Now, in his private conversations, the Congress was a part of that, and so the military-industrial congressional complex, and it's human. I say it's rooted in human nature because very good people can have good intentions, And I'll describe it like this. We have a problem, and so as a nation, and we need airplanes. So we build an airplane, and it's the solution, okay? And then everybody celebrates that solution. And then there are companies that build that solution in every state. And they have congressional caucuses that support that solution. And then they have lobbyists that those companies hire to be in the halls of Congress, whispering in the ears of the politicians that this is the only way, this is the way you go forward. Incrementally innovate in this solution. And so let's say there's a new technology that makes the way we're building an airplane irrelevant. Mm-hmm. But it gets no oxygen because the lobbyists will whisper that's dangerous. Elon Musk has encountered this in spades. When he first started this idea of reusable rockets, people were laughing him off the stage. Gwynne Shotwell was laughed off the stage in Asia in some of her early speeches about what they were going to do. As you guys are Buck Rogers, you're in fantasy land. This is not real, and this is just a Ponzi scheme of trying to take people's money and waste it. Until he proved it, but it took a lot of money to break through. And part of the reason is because there were a lot of people getting very rich at building a rocket to go to space and then burning that rocket up and having to build a whole new rocket. So the analogy would be for all of us, imagine buying a car on your favorite car on the lot and driving it until it runs out of gas. And then you have to burn it to the ground and you have to go buy a new car to get back home. That is the economic model we were using to go to space. And all it took is one innovator. But the amount of, I can remember in the military as we were supporting him, we were supporting Elon Musk because this was going to be transformational to the next step of building infrastructure in space to support American interests as this new domain was evolving. In other words, peace through strength. Mm-hmm. I would, the leaders of the Air Force and of Congress would come to me and say, Steve, see, you're wrong. Elon Musk blew up a rocket, and he's a fool, and we're not going to give him any money. But they were listening to lobbyists saying, Elon Musk is a risk. You need us to build your rockets. And the only way to do this safely is to build it, launch it, and then let it burn up in the atmosphere. And that's the trap of mindset. That's the trap of being stuck in an intellectual rut of how you've done things in the past and not being able to leap to something new because it succeeded for you in the past. So why change? If it's not broken, don't fix it. It goes back to another saying, everybody loves innovation as long as it's been done before.